Good morning, myself. I'm R. Akshaya. I'm from CSIT branch and my ID is 21955583301. Today, my Tech Talk concept video is Operation of Bridge Full Wave Rectifier. Introduction. Whenever there arises the need to convert an AC to DC power, a rectifier circuit comes for the rescue. A simple PN junction diode acts as a rectifier. The forward biasing and reverse biasing conditions of the diode makes the rectification. Rectification. An alternating current has a property to change its state continuously. This is understood by observing the sine wave by which an alternating current is indicated. It rises in its positive direction, goes to a peak positive value, reduces from there to normal, and again goes to negative portion and reaches the negative peak and again gets back to normal and goes on as further. This circuit, which does rectification, is called a rectifier circuit. A diode is used as a rectifier to construct a rectifier circuit. So we have a different types of rectifier circuits. Here we can see the types of rectifier circuits are as follows. There are two main types of rectifier circuits depending upon their output. They are half wave rectifier and full wave rectifier. Now first we see the half wave rectifier. A half wave rectifier is defined as the type of rectifier that allows only one half cycle of a AC voltage waveform to pass while blocking the other half cycle. So in half wave rectifier, only one half cycle of the waveform will be allowed and the other half will be blocked. So as the name implies itself, we can call it as a half wave rectifier. Full wave rectifier. A full wave rectifier is defined as a rectifier that converts the complete cycle of alternating current into pulsating DC. Unlike half wave rectifiers that utilize only the half wave of the input AC cycle, full wave rectifier utilizes the full cycle. So as the name implies itself, full wave rectifier means the complete full wave cycle will be followed to the output. Like full wave rectifiers utilize a full cycle, not as half wave rectifier. So this is called as full wave rectifier. The construction of a full wave rectifier can be made into two types. They are center tapped full wave rectifier and bridge full wave rectifier. So we have seen that full wave rectifier is also of two types, center tapped full wave rectifier and bridge wave full wave rectifier. Both of them have their advantages and disadvantages. Let us now go through both of their construction and working along with their waveforms to know which one is better and why. Center tapped full wave rectifier. A rectifier circuit whose transformer secondary is tapped to get the desired output voltage. Using two diodes alternatively to rectify the complete cycle is called as center tapped full wave rectifier circuit. The transformer is center tapped here unlike the other cases. So in center tapped full wave rectifier, we can see that the transformer is center tapped with a full wave rectifier. Now we can see the diagram of a circuit diagram of center tapped full wave rectifier. Here we can see the transformer is center tapped with the output load resistance. So this implies and indicates that it is a center tapped full wave rectifier. As we come to our main concept, bridge full wave rectifier. This is such a full wave rectifier circuit which utilizes four diodes connected in bridge form so as not only to produce the output during the full cycle of the input but also to eliminate the disadvantages of the center tapped full wave rectifier circuit. There is no need of any center tapping of the transformer in this circuit. Four diodes called D1, D2, D3 and D4 are used in constructing a bridge type network so that two of the bodies conduct for one half cycle and the two conduct for the other half cycle of the input supply. The circuit of a bridge full wave rectifier is as shown. I will see that the full wave rectifier with four diodes connected in bridge circuit is employed to get a better full wave output response. In this figure, we can see the bridge full wave rectifier circuit. Here we can see diode D1, D2, D3, D4 connected in a bridge form so that it is called as bridge full wave rectifier. From point A to point B, point A is grounded and point B is connected as a load resistance and we can take it as an outload. Working of bridge full wave rectifier. Now we will see the working of the bridge full wave rectifier, how it works. When the positive half cycle of the input supply is given, point P becomes positive with respect to the point Q. Here we have indicated the transformer point P and point Q. So here point P becomes positive with respect to point Q. This makes D1 and D3 diodes forward biased and D2 and D4 reverse biased. So the opposite one diodes becomes positive, that is D1 and D3 forward biased, and opposite of diodes D2 and D4 becomes reverse biased. These two diodes will now be in series with the load resistor. The following figure indicates this along with the conventional current flow in the circuit. In the next diagram, we will see the conventional current diagram of the bridge full wave rectifier. As the PE is positive, current flows in the direction of point P to diode D1. So current flows in this direction, and as the D1 is in forward bias, D2 will conduct, and here in this diagram we can see that D2 and D4 are not conducting because of they are in reverse biased condition, as we applied positive to P and negative to Q terminals in the transformer. And the D3 diode is connected to the load resistor. So here we can get the output. Hence the diodes D1 and D3 conducts during the positive half cycle of the input supply to produce the output along the load resistor. As two diodes work in the order to produce the output, the voltage will be twice the output voltage of the center tapped full wave rectifier. When the negative half cycle of the input supply is given, point P becomes negative with respect to point Q. Up to now we have seen that point P has become positive, and now if we convert point P to negative, the diode will be reversely circuited. That is, D1 and D3 diodes will be reverse biased, and D2 and D4 diodes will be reverse biased if the P terminal is given positive terminal. So here we can see that point P becomes negative with respect to point Q. This makes the diode D1 and D3 reverse biased and D2 and D4 forward biased. These two diodes will be in series with the load resistor. It means the load resistor will be supplied due to the diodes of D2 and D4. The figure shows the conventional current flow diagram when the P terminal is given negative terminal and Q is given positive terminal. Here the diodes D2 and D4 conduct during the negative half cycle of the input supply to produce the output along the load resistor. Here also two diodes work to produce the output voltage. The current flows in the same direction as during the positive half cycle of the input. Waveforms of the bridge full wave rectifier. The input and output waveforms of the bridge full wave rectifier are as follows. From the above figure, it is evident that the output is obtained for both the positive and negative half cycles. It is also observed that the output across the load resistor is in the same direction for both the half cycles. Advantages of bridge full wave rectifier. There are many advantages of a bridge full wave rectifier, which has no need of center tapping. The DC output voltage is twice that of the center tapped full wave rectifier. PIV of the diodes is not the half value of that of the center tapped full wave rectifier. The design of the circuit is easier with a better output. Thank you.